we are giving away all of these 16 prizes here to celebrate the World Championship, including a signed photo from Raymond van Barneveld and Phil Taylor, which includes a match used art. Just head over to our Twitter, link in the description, to see our pinned tweet for full details, and don't forget to comment and subscribe.
Brendan, many congratulations. What a performance, through to the last 16. How good does that feel?
Feels brilliant. To beat someone like Gezi, it's unreal. It's, as far as I'm concerned, him, Gary Anderson and Luke Humphreys has stood out this year on their performances on a consistent basis for so long. So it was going to be a tough battle. I knew that, and I suppose Gezi didn't play as well as he could have. He definitely gave me a few sets. Well, a set early on, the set that he missed doubles, and I took out the 84, and then I took out the 90 to win it after. That set was crucial. It probably gave me the idea that you never know, maybe this is for me.
And you've had so many great wins on the big stage, but where does a win like tonight rank, given the context and the stage we're playing?
It is up there, but for me, it's about winning. And, if I don't go on to win, it's probably has less meaning. So I've had great wins on the stage, but I've never won a TV tournament, so they mean less to me. Probably winning finals against, Michael Smith, Gary Anderson, Ian White, all these other players. They're an achievement I've succeeded in. I don't want to disrespect, but the Worlds is the biggest thing. And, I'm in the last 16. I haven't got that far too often before. And it is major, but I want to win. I'm here to win, but I know it's going to be a battle to get there. But as I've done in the first two rounds, I'm ready to fight.
And we saw Gezi beat you in 2021, went on to win the title. You've got revenge tonight. Could that be a positive omen for you?
It could be an omen. I was just thinking if we go to a last leg and I get the better of him, it definitely would be an omen. But I was probably really glad it didn't go to a last leg. I have the utmost respect for Gezi. I think he's pure class, and that definitely will boost my confidence going forward. But every day is different, and the next round it's going to be another tough battle.
You mentioned the next round there. Having beaten a former champion in Gezi, it could be a two-time world champion in Gary Anderson awaiting. So what an occasion that will be. It doesn't get any easier, does it? No,
it definitely doesn't get any easier. But, it's about performing on the day. Whatever's happened in the past, there's no bearing on it. In my eyes, I suppose I've spent 15 years trying up there. So it's not new to me. But at the same time, there'll be massive respect to Gary or Boris, whichever I am playing next.
Well done.
Cheers, thank you.
Brendan, huge congratulations. What's going through your mind in that final set when he takes out the 81 and the 76? Are you thinking, here we go again?
I'm thinking pure class. I just, with the crowd the way they were, it wasn't easy for him, and I just thought pure class. Like, 1 minute they were roaring, cheering him on. The next, there were a few boos and that there, and he just showed pure class at times. And I just had utmost respect, and for him when he took them out. But I also said, "Come on, you still have a free shot at this here. Last leg, it's his darts. You have a free shot, so go for it."
It's your best run here since 2019. Obviously, I know you come here to win the tournament, but have you exceeded your own expectations as a minimum?
Not really. I'm a dreamer. Maybe I'm a dreamer, or maybe I don't realise my own capabilities. Maybe they're not as what I think they are. But I'm here to win a tournament. As far as I'm concerned, I've won 9 PDC tournaments. And to beat the people that I beat along the way against them, I've beat them. So, I can do it. But, this game in the Worlds, everything's a lot longer. And I know myself, it's about stamina. And there's been, even the first 2 rounds I've seen in a couple of sets where I really zoned out focus-wise and stamina-wise, and I just collapsed and put up no resistance whatsoever. And because I was ahead, it just collapsed. And next thing I'm on level again, and I get my head on and I go again. But that's not good enough. I have to stay more focused. I have to put in more of an effort to keep it going. So I'll be just watching what I'm doing over the next few days and saving me energy.
You said you owed him from the other year. Does this make it a little bit sweeter?
If I win the title, it'll be perfect revenge. And I don't think Gezzy would begrudge it to me because he's that kind of a chap. It's too early to be talking about winning the title. I have to take one game at a time, and it's a bit of revenge. Let's just say that.
Many congratulations.
Thanks, Phil.
Brendan, how much did timing play a part in that match, especially early on with some of the big checkouts?
Massive. Gezzy missed doubles at certain stages, and as I say, that 84 and that 90 finish that I pulled out, it was perfect timing. To come back from 2-1 down in the set in your own throw and come through and win that set, to stay just edge ahead, it probably gave me ideas that maybe I could win, and maybe a bit of belief, and even a set or two later on, I could hear someone shouting, "Just believe!" in the crowd, I don't know who it was, but that in itself was probably got me focused on seeing the job home.
Just describe for me what the crowd was like out there and how difficult that maybe would have been for Gezzy.
I think possibly he has had a lot rougher crowds in the past, or when I see it on television I've felt it a lot worse, but I don't know what it's been like because I haven't been in the venue. But definitely for me, against Gezzy, I've played him a couple of times on the stage, and that's the worst it has been, against Gezzy. And yet, in the flick of a switch, they're roaring him on. And, it was too mixed. And once I got ahead, and at certain stages where he was going for doubles at the end, the booing and that there, for me, it was not on, or it shouldn't have happened. But, that's why that 81 and that 76, to make it 2-all, it was just pure class. Just them finishes, you don't think much, they're far better than a 170 or a 164, because 170, 164s, you have nothing to lose. Gezzy had everything to lose there, and he pulled it out of the fire. Thankfully, he didn't score enough in the last.
Thank you very much, Brendan.
Cheers.
Brendan, you mentioned the class of Gerwyn Price there when it was hitting those finishes with the crowd reaction, but how difficult is for you, the opponent, when the crowd is reacting like that to Gezzy?
I suppose in certain ways I'm not used to all the crowds, being for me, but and probably at certain times when they started cheering for Gezzy, it kind of calmed me down a bit. I said, okay, we're back to normal again. But it can be hard. It can be more distracting than anything, and that's the only hard thing. It's nothing like what Gezzy's feeling. Gezzy's fighting a battle all the time, and the man doesn't deserve it. As far as I'm concerned, he's a class act, and he does amazing stuff for our game, our sport. He's just pure class, and the performances he's put on stage has been amazing at times. So that in itself, I suppose, it makes my win a lot sweeter.
And we saw you take a huge scalp in the road match by Michael van Gerwen, but it was a difficult match after that against Damon Heta. Will you learn anything from that and going into the next game after taking a huge scalp here?
Well, I suppose it hit me doubles. I think early on against Damon I was scoring well enough, doing the right things, missing the doubles. And I went from maybe, it should have been 4-1 up, being 5-0 down. And mentally, after that happened, I let it eat myself up, and I was no good the rest of the game. So I suppose little things I got there is about the mental attitude, and I suppose certain times I've tried to drag into my game the last maybe 2 or 3 months is don't care about averages, just win, just go and fight to win. Don't care about winning. I always like to play well and win well, and everybody say you were amazing and that there. At this stage, I don't care. I know I stole a set or two of Gezzy there, but I don't care. I was here to win, and that's what it's all about.
After you beat Mickey, when you were speaking to us, you were saying that you was thinking of sort of the days gone by when you were reaching the latter stages of TV tournaments. Does it just make the big wins like this on the biggest stage of more that little bit more sweeter?
They do, because I suppose when you're finished up, you like to say you've done this, you've done that, or you got so far and that there. And for me, I've still a year or two left of me, well, maybe, hopefully more, but you just don't know what's around the corner. But, I think I can still write more history and make a bigger story for myself.
Brendan, huge well done, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Brendan, if it is Gary Anderson, what's your relationship with him? Well, do you see each other in the back of the room? What do you like?
Me and Gary have known each other a long time. We're probably kind of the elder statesmen. I would like to say he's the eldest. But if it is Gary, we do get on well, but I suppose like any other game, it's about getting up there, doing a job. But when the game's over, it's done and dusted, that's it. We're long enough in the tooth to realise we do our best up on the stage, and if it's good enough on the day, it's good enough on the day. If it's not, we'll take our bait and then we'll walk away. But we'll just have to wait and see. It could be Boris. You can't take anything for granted in this game. The people that's on the tour now, the 128, the talent and depth is unreal. It goes that far to people that's not even on the tour now. The strength is unreal. It's absolute privilege to be on the tour, to be in the top 128. Just to be able to say you've had a tour card for a year, 2 years, whatever length of time, it is an amazing achievement. And you see the likes of the young lads coming up now, and the likes of Luke Littler has won his tour card, and the likes of Josh Rock, they're absolutely amazing. You have Michael Smith, the world champion, they're all 20 plus years younger than me, so it's great to see them coming, but for me it's great to be still fighting against them.
But on Gary, he's a bona fide legend, 2 world titles, 5 finals. You're very similar in ages. Why do you think his career has gone that path and yours has gone that? Is there any reason why you've had different tangents?
I would say he's applied himself better than I have. I was here probably, just glad to be here. I think Gary from day one was here to do damage, I grew up watching Eric Bristow, John Lowe, all on the tally, and I'm sure Gary did as well. For me, just my first experience, or one of my first experiences, I played in Ireland against them, but when I travelled, my first travel was to Las Vegas in 2002, and actually get to play Eric Bristow in a qualifier, it was wow. It was great, and I just want to point out I won. Even way back then. But, for that, I was glad just to take part. Gary wanted to do damage. For that reason alone, I think that's why he is 2-time world champion, 5-time finalist, and everything else that he's won. He's pure class, but every day I go out, it's a different story, and I think Gary knows that too.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone.
Good luck.
Well done, Brett.
Cheers.